Post double, this is a timing move. Early in the match, late in the match, a lot of times when you're feeling your opponent out, they're going to reach with both arms. And that's what I really want to get my opponent to do. Sometimes I will step into them to get them to reach. This is a timing move. As he reaches to grab a hold of me, I'm going to post both elbows at or above the elbows. Now when I say post, it's a quick pop post, okay? Just like this, just pop it. My hands, when I go to post, I like to put them in a V like this. I don't like to use my hands like this because there's no support underneath. Whereas if my hands are V'd like this, I've got a support underneath my hands. Anyway, at or above the elbows. The reason I want to go at or above, because if I go down here on his forearms can actually bend, which is going to cause problems for me. So I want to post this quick pop at or above the elbows. As I'm posting, I'm going to change my elevation. Well, you can see where I'm at now. I've got a great position to shooting in on my double here. Okay? So as I'm walking in, he's reaching. Before he touches me, I want to pop this. I'm already changing my elevation, drop to my lead knee, into my double leg. Now my position once I'm in, head up, back straight. My trail leg comes up in a good angle here so that I'm going to drive off of this leg to finish my double. Okay, so back to the beginning. Again, going in and out, getting this guy to reach. This is a timing move. As he's reaching, I'm already posting. My momentum is coming forward. I drive to the knee, drop in on my double. Head up, back straight. I'm going to use my head to finish this move now. This head pressure is very important. I don't want my head down because if my head's down, he's going to sprawl back or he's going to come cross-face on me here in this position. I want my head up in good position here, drive leg, ready to finish this double. All right, in a chop double, a lot of times your opponent will not tie up with you and they'll stand, sometimes a square stance, sometimes a stagger stance, and they keep their lines of defense in front of you. This might be late in the match where they maybe have a 1-point lead on you and they're just keeping a solid square stance. And I've got to get through my lines of defense. Again, a double leg is a high percentage move if I can get in on this guy's leg. So this is called a chop double. What I'm going to do is as I'm walking into my opponent now, and I'm going to come with my lead leg, I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to chop both of his wrists down and out in like a triangle position here. And I'm going to do it as hard as I possibly can as I'm walking into my opponent. I'm going to use my momentum to drive into him once I've chopped both of those lines of defense out of the way, okay? So as I walk in, I chop, extend my hands forward, and drive in. Just a quick little drop step again, in on my knee, back into good position. Head up, back straight, drive leg ready to finish. Now, one thing I do want to point out here, when I'm in on my double, there's a lot of different ways you can have your hands here. One of the things I like to do is keep up tight on the back of the thighs. If my opponent sprawls, it takes that sprawl away from him. Sometimes I found when I'm down here lower and they go to sprawl, it's a little bit harder to keep that guy's hip sucked into me. Whereas if I'm up tight here, I can keep him in better position. So again, this is my chop double. My opponent's square, he might be staggered, but he's just not wanting to tie up with me late in the match. I don't care how much hand fake I'm going to give this guy. He doesn't want to tie up with me. As I walk in, I'm going to chop down in a triangle position with my hands to give myself enough room to get my body through that hole. Right into my double, head up, back straight, drive leg, and ready to finish. All right, snap double. What I'm trying to do here with this is get my opponent out of position. He's in a good low stance right now. And as I come to tie up with my opponent this time, I'm going to work hard to get his body to go down and then up as I release the head. Now I want to create this reaction to get him out of his position. All right? So no matter if I'm inside tie or outside tie, no matter where I'm at here, what I'm trying to do is to get him to react up to spring or bring his head up in this position. So I tie up with a collar tie. I don't like grabbing the collar here. I stay out in front of him here. Go ahead and tie up with me. I'm going to snap the head. As his head comes up, I release and shoot in on my double here. Again, this is just a drop step. I'm already in position here to take a shot. I'm not taking a deep drop step. I'm taking a deep step. I'm just going to drop to my knee as I change my elevation. I pull down. He comes up as I release and step straight in on my shot here. Good position. Head up, back straight, drive leg in position to finish. In finishing the double, it's really good to maintain this solid position once you're in on your shot. Again, we're wrapped high around the back of the thighs. I've got my drive leg, my head is up, my back is straight. I'm ready to finish my double. All right? I'm not going to take him straight. I do not want to go over the top of my opponent right now. If I go over the top of him, a lot of times it can create a scramble where he can step over the top of me, and I don't want to end up in that position. I want to drive him at an angle. Okay, I'm in good position here. I want to shoot in and immediately cut the corner. I don't want to finish forward. I want to finish to the side. In order to get going that direction, I'm going to use my head to help start pushing my body and getting my momentum going that direction. As I drive with my head, I'm pushing with my drive leg in that direction. I want to step up with my outside leg. If I can catch the outside of this leg, I've totally trapped off this whole side of his body. And then I'm just going to drive through and finish with my shoulder and his stomach in this position. Okay? Again, I'm in my double position. Drive leg, head up, back straight. I'm going to start driving with my head, pushing with my drive leg, step up with the outside leg. If I can trap the outside, I want to. Take a big step, land shoulder in his stomach. Couple points of emphasis. When you're posting your opponent's arm, when you're doing a post double, make sure your hand creates this V when you're posting at or above the elbow. Gives you support. Your wrist gives you support underneath your hand as opposed to lifting the arm like this. Again, we're not lifting these arms up in the air. It's a quick post, pop, and I want a split second where I can change my level and take my shot off this post. All right, when chopping your opponent's wrist on a chop double, I want to chop down in a triangle shape to create my opening. When you chop, make sure you're chopping the wrist in a triangle shape down and chop them hard.